Hello again. On to Challenge 2, Color Inside the Box. So this one's all about color, all about how you're using it. For me, color is all about context. It's not a matter of there being good colors and bad colors. It's a matter of groupings and pairings of colors. So the first thing I did when we got our samples was to look at different pairings and sort of cut out and rearrange the color cards that we got. And so these are some of the groupings I made, and then ultimately my choices were to work with the worsted weight in these three colors here. These two were sort of more safe choices for me, and then this one is a really exciting, I think, addition to the little family here. And I chose to work with three colors because I think that way they each have a little more significance for me. My inspiration for this challenge is sort of based on my first associations with this kind of a sweater, which are sort of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, TLC, Destiny's Child, early 90s, sort of like pop MTV hip hop. And that whole look. And it's very summery, it's very fresh. And also MIA, who is a huge, she's contemporary, but she's one of my absolute favorite people who I've never met, but someone that I really look up to. And I love her aesthetics, and I think the color blocking thing works with what she's got going on as well. So I knew I didn't want to do vertical stripes or horizontal stripes because it's very, that's all the time. And diagonal stripes, even though it's just a vertical stripe that you do this to, seems somehow much more interesting to me, and that's what I ultimately decided to go with. So working with the worsted weight and stockinette, this is a little swatch of some of these colors, and what I've done and what I'm going to do is make a bunch of smaller pieces and then seam them together, much bigger than this, but because I think quilting is something that, even though I know that's like an older thing, it's coming back in a way that I think is really interesting and also fits my life, and I think a lot of people's lives very well, where I can make these small, more manageable pieces when I'm at work or when I'm on the train, and then put them all together afterwards. I didn't like, however, I didn't like stockinette for this. It is too heavy with the worsted weight yarn, and it doesn't really, it kind of flattens all of the colors. So with it being springtime, with it being nicer out, lots of people are wearing more sort of mesh sweaters. So I thought, hey, that's great. So here's a mesh pattern that already kind of runs on a diagonal. So by just being strategic about the yarn overs or the decreases always happening on one side, you can get the stitches to go on a diagonal and make triangles, which I am then seaming together. So I've got a couple different mesh patterns that I'm playing with, and just going to make a bunch of smaller pieces, put them together, and it's going to be great. So those are my color choices. That's what I'm working on, and I'll see you in 2 weeks when this is all done.